Cheers, mate.
Cheers, dude.
How you going, guys? My name's Jacob.
And I'm Jake.
We are two filmmakers from Western Australia, and together we're known as Dual Pixel.
Here's a couple of fun facts to help you better understand who we are.
We met in our second year at Edith Cowan University studying film.
I thought he was way too cool. How old are you?
I am 26 years old.
I am 24 years old.
What's your favourite thing to film?
My favourite thing to shoot would be nature, and that has only really come about since doing this trip because we've been surrounded by so much of it.
My favourite thing to film is anything travel related, and I think it always will be. What company would you like to work with?
I would love to work with pretty much any travel or adventure company. It would give us the opportunity to travel and to explore new locations.
Like Jake said, I'd love to work with any travel company, and National Geographic will always be on the top of that list.
Who's currently inspiring you?
Tim Kellner is a travel filmmaker who keeps things really simple, and his cinematography is beautiful.
A YouTuber by the name of Daniel Schiffer has probably been inspiring me most lately, mainly because of his B-roll, and his way of transitioning is truly phenomenal and it's just so engaging.
How do you like your coffee?
I love my coffee black. So far we've been on this trip for 6 weeks and I think I've only touched milk like once or twice. It's just the way to go.
Once you go black, you never go back.
What's your favourite place you've travelled to?
Myanmar and Sri Lanka are two countries I can't recommend enough. Both because of a beautiful combination of nature, the culture, the kindness of the locals there, and the cuisine, delicious in both countries.
So far on this trip, both Italy and Romania have just been outstanding, both been beautiful places, and I have just loved them. I would love to come back. But prior to this trip, Borneo, hiking Mount Kinabalu, that was sensational. One of the best experiences of my life.
If you could live anywhere else, where would it be?
Being from Perth, I would like to see what it's like to live in Melbourne.
I would love to know what it's like to live in Japan. What's something you struggle with?
I seem to struggle a lot with filming and being filmed in public. What I've found is when I'm being filmed or when I am filming, it's almost like I'm in the spotlight, and what I've come to terms with is that I don't like being in the spotlight. It just makes me feel quite uncomfortable and quite anxious.
I think Jake has learned this about me on this trip. Whenever I travel, I have a problem with being satisfied with how much I've captured in a day or the time I'm in a certain location. Yeah, making the most of opportunities and dealing with disappointments.
Favourite movie of all time?
The Departed.
Inglourious Bastards. It's just such a good flick. It's got everything in it.
Who are you listening to right now?
I'm always listening to Tom Misch. He is a great artist and I can listen to him any time of day. But lately I've been listening to a lot of jazz. A lot of jazz while I'm making brekkie, and just throughout the day, it's just, I feel like it gets the creative juices going, and I love that smooth jazz, baby.
Been listening to a lot of Krungbin. If you're not familiar with them, I'm probably not going to be able to spell it out, but they are from America and they blend psychedelic jazz with funk, and it's just phenomenal.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is getting old to the point where I'm not able to be as active as we are at this younger age.
My biggest fear would be being dropped in the ocean. I just have a big phobia of not knowing what's underneath me.
What's your favourite camera? I think I can speak for both Jake and myself. Favourite camera, the Panasonic GH5. We're lucky enough to have one of these each with a few lenses.
Just phenomenal.
Slow motion capability.
Through the roof.
Low light performance.
Not so bad.
And ability to take photos as well.
Yeah,
it's
just an all-round camera.
Exactly.
Perfect.
It does it all.
Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We hope that you guys learned a little bit more about us.
Whilst you are on our channel, we'd love it if you checked out a few of our travel series. This is the first time we've been away together, and we now have 3 different series which we are going to continue to pursue on this trip and when we get back home Western Australia, and hopefully when we go overseas on our next adventure. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for coming.